Welcome to the Live Wealthy podcast with Dawn, where we are growing our wealth and our worth at the same time. You ready? Let's go. Welcome back to episode 2 of a 2-part series called How to Maximize Your Money so you can maximize the quality of your life. I'm Dawn Dahlby. I'm a certified financial planner as well as a behavioral financial advisor and the CEO of WELLthy Financial Group, which is a multi-million-dollar wealth advisory and wealth management firm where we help our clients do financial planning and manage all aspects of their life. And I have been the CEO of WELLthy for the last 2 decades, helping clients that have at least $500,000 of investable assets on up. I've also created what's called a Live WELLthy platform that's designed to educate and designed to help people that don't have the millions yet, that want the millions or want to even grow their wealth and help them through financial planning, get them in contact with one of my fiduciary wealth advisors so they can too get access to the right type of information to help them maximize their wealth. Last episode, we talked a lot about the 3-step process to maximize our income and get more out of our income. And last time I talked about really getting comfortable with money. And how do we do that? We do that through our thoughts. We do that through how we think, how we react to our thinking that causes our behaviors to do X, Y, or Z or to not do X, Y, or Z. And that has a direct relation to our income results that we have. So getting comfortable with money is all about your thoughts, and it's about really understanding your beliefs behind your thinking. Now, this episode is where I'm going to go through step 2 and 3. And step 2 is how to earn more income. And step 3 is how to get more out of your income and your wealth that you've currently are building, have currently built or are building. So step 2 in maximizing your money to maximize the quality of life is how do you earn more income? And now I can't specifically give you tactical advice on how you can go out and earn more income because all of our industries are very different. However, the underlying process is the same. So if we want more income, to earn more income in our lives, and there's nothing wrong with that, then we have to, the biggest obstacle that you have to earning more income is understanding your time. How do you spend your time? And earning more income has to do with being able to be super smart about leveraging your time. We all have the same amount of time. But why do some people make more than others? I mean, there's many different reasons why, but one of the main reasons is because they're able to leverage their time better and focus on the things in their professional life that really matter the most. Your time, how we spend our time. When I look at money and time, I think it's fair to say that most of us human beings value money more than we do our time. We put more value that money matters more, saving money matters more than saving our time. And in life, if you do money right, if you have the knowledge on how money really works, that is the wrong way to approach money and time, where you value money over time. Because money, if you do it right, it continues to grow and compound and gets bigger and bigger and bigger, while you can just sit back and watch it grow. You don't even need to do anything. However, our time continues to decrease and decrease moment by moment by moment. It's the negative compounding effect. Time and money. We value money more than time, but what I'm telling you is you should be valuing your time more than money if you want more money. How do we value money more than time? I'm not saying I've ever done this. Maybe I have. Haha. Is that, in the past, I might have wanted to save $100 for an airline ticket. So I would fly out to a conference on the early 6 a.m. flight because I really wanted to go to the conference and I wanted to save money. But I got to the conference and then by 2:00 in the afternoon, I was exhausted. So I just go up to my hotel room to take a little bitty nap. And during that little bitty nap, I lose out on an opportunity to hear from a speaker, one little piece of business nugget that could grow my income by $100,000 minimally. So I save $100 for the missed opportunity of $100,000. I put more value on money than my time. And then I missed out. Our parents used to do this all the time. Think about your parents or your grandparents. They would drive across town to save 3 pennies on gas, but it cost them $3 to get over there and, 45 minutes of their time. How does that make sense? Us in business. How many times have we're like, you know what? We don't want to invest in our business. That we don't invest in hiring people. We don't invest in hiring resources. We don't invest in upgrading technology so we can cut our time in half. And then we take that time that we've cut in half and we can either go make more income, or if you don't need more income, then you can go just have a more balanced life. Neither one of them's wrong. But we value time less than money. We fear running out of money more than we fear running out of time. And we should be fearing running out of time because time equals money. We've all heard that. Time equals the opportunity to use our body as an engine to create more money. We either create more money by investing and sitting back and watching money grow, but we need the knowledge to be able to do that. We need to leverage our time more if we want more money. By the way, if you are listening, and I'm going to direct this comment to women, particularly mommies, is that we try to do everything. Moms, are we right? And ladies, even if you don't have kids, do you try to do everything? I think us ladies tend to try to do everything versus just doing the right thing. I had to learn the hard way, but being a mom of 2 daughters that I raised with my husband, they were 18 months apart, and I was running and growing my business in a male-dominated industry that I wasn't very accepted in. I always felt like I wasn't worthy or I was so different that I wasn't good enough. And, trying to be a mom and trying to be a really good mom and a really good business owner and trying to keep my marriage alive was really, really tough. But what I learned is that I couldn't do everything. And for a while there, I tried to do everything. I tried to do the laundry, the cooking, maybe not the cooking. Okay, I got to take that back. I've never been good at cooking. But trying to do the laundry, the grocery shopping, the driving the girls to dance practice, to, folding the clothes, to shopping at Target, doing all of the things. And what I realized is that just burnt me out. And then I wasn't able to make enough income and be present. And you have a better, my mind wasn't wiring on all fire. It's not firing on all the wires, I should say, because I was tired and exhausted. Doing everything is going to get you nothing. Don't try to do everything. Just try to do the right things, the things that you need to be aware of to move the needle with your results in time. And like I talked about in the last episode, it was all about the awareness of your thoughts. And now what I'm talking about is that we all need to be aware of our time. So how do we leverage our time? Now, it depends on the business that you're in. A lot of us can leverage our time so many different ways, but the best way is to, first of all, focus on yourself. Second way is to focus on building a team and a business, because I believe no one really succeeds alone. But let's just first and foremost focus on yourself. So how do you leverage your time? Well, first of all, the first way is to really understanding your strengths, like your top 5 strengths. Like, what are the 5 things that you were born with, that you have talent in, that you're really good at? Understanding your strengths and making sure that you are doing, when you are working to make an income, that you are spending at least 80% of your time in alignment with your God-given strengths and talents. And if you aren't, that's when you're getting frustrated. You might be in the wrong position. I don't want to say career, because a lot of times, we can work on our strengths, like making sure we're doing things that are in alignment with our strengths and skills across all different genres of in all different industries. Okay. So I could use my strengths in a completely different industry if I wanted to. I was in the hospitality industry, and now I'm in the financial industry, but I can use my strengths in both of those industries. It's just which industry is going to serve me better based on my values and how I want to live my life. But making sure that you're really understanding your strengths and what you're good at, and spending 80% of your time working to make an income when you're utilizing your strengths. And you guys, we all have strengths, but the other thing is that we need to develop our strength. As you continue down your career, is making sure that you know what your strengths are, but you're developing your skills around your strengths. We have to continue to upgrade our skills. Like you heard me in the last podcast, that when we upgrade our skills, we build self-confidence. It's our ability to, our confidence is our ability to do our strengths. So we want to continue to build our self-confidence by upgrading our skills within our strengths. When I think about upgrading skills, it's really about 2 different pathways with your skills. It's developing people, connecting with people, and it's also developing more knowledge. You know what your strengths are, and then you look at what are the skills you need inside of your strengths. And then what you do is understand that to upgrade your skills to leverage your time is really an art and a science. The art is the people. The art is how you can leverage other people, how they can help you, and how you can help other people to help you leverage your time better. Investing in the areas where you're not good at, because we're not good at everything, right? So how can people move you forward with your skill development, which will help you leverage your time and make more money? What about the science part? It's about the science is the knowledge. And if you truly want more money, you have to understand that no matter what industry or whatever you do, there is the art and science to growth. There is the art, which is the behavior, like how humans work together and the behaviors. And there's the science, which is the technical aspect of your position. Whatever job you're in, you have to grow the art and the science, the behavior and the technical aspects of your skills. Because when you truly figure that out, your income should increase. Me as an advisor, I was just a technical advisor for years. And what technical advisor meaning, all I would do was focus on the technical aspects of building wealth, like the details of investments, the details of tax, the details of estate planning, the details of insurance, the details of retirement planning, the details of spending and saving and all of that kind of stuff, which is so critically important to building wealth. But there was a missing aspect to wealth, and it's the behavioral aspect of humans. Good advisors, good financial advisors understand the science and the patterns of how to maximize investment performance and minimizing taxes. But an effective advisor understands the patterns of human beings and understands the patterns of behaviors. So if you want to increase your income You got to increase your skills that are in alignment with your strengths. And that's a combination of understanding people, which is the art and the behaviors, and understanding the technical aspect or the science aspect of how do you continue to build your knowledge. So 3 things I have in front of me that if you want to build your income, you need to, first of all, be an expert and do that one thing better than anyone else. Become an expert in your field. And what are you doing? What do you have expertise in where you do that thing better than anyone else? We all have a spot on this planet to be able to become an expert at that one thing. Our world is so detailed today and so specific that I can be an expert in behavioral and technical financial advice, but someone else could be in the financial industry, but completely different than what I do. Every industry is like that. We need to go deep and narrow with our skills and expertise. And what do? What is that one thing that's purpose-driven in your life that you do better than anyone else? That's how you build better income. Secondly, you need to work with other people that have different skills than you have, but similar values. Different skill sets, but the same values. That's powerful. Number 3, produce results for other people better than what has done before. In your business, I don't care what role you have in the company. Your job is to produce results for the company, for yourself, better than what anyone has done before. Go deep and narrow, get results for the company. If you're paid W-2 income, that's how you negotiate a better salary. If you are paid 1099 income, it's probably because you own your own business, and that's how you negotiate your salary to get more income. Because we all have experience and wisdom that is so detailed that our world needs to learn and hear. It's the sign of the times. We all have stuff specifically that we can provide and do that better than anyone else. And when you choose how to spend your time, how you choose to spend your time equals how much money you have in your wallet. How you choose to spend your time equals how much money you have in your wallet. So I'm going to tell you how you choose to leverage your time is to direct your calendar. Like, be in charge of your calendar. If you want to know what your income results are going to be 2 months, 4 months, 6 months down the road, look at your calendar, and your calendar will tell you how much activity that you have going on. And that's going to be a direct result based on how much income you have in your hands and in your wallet. So we need to leverage our time. For some of you, leveraging your time means, like I said earlier, is focusing on yourself. Like, how do you increase your skills and your strengths? Another way is really like, how do you building your team? I think working alone is probably like one of the most boring things ever. And I don't like to work alone. I like to work and collaborate with other human beings. But, for you guys that are working alone and want a team, working together helps you build your income so significantly more. But it's really about growing your income, leveraging your time is really about, how do you build the right team? If you want to build a team, I think everyone should have a team. Not everyone, but we're designed to be connectors and be connecting. And no human being has all of the right skills to do everything right. So if you are in business, most likely, and if you want to be successful and you want to continue to grow and max out, you need a team. But before you build the right team, we got to focus on ourselves, which I already talked about. Like, how do you grow your skills and how do you understand people and how do you understand knowledge, get better knowledge around your skills? But once you understand yourself, then you go out to looking at building a team. Well, before you even build a team or as you continue to grow in your team, you need to understand what business you're actually in. So let me ask that question. Like, what business are you in? And I've learned from my good friend, Randy Garn, is that we are all in the same business. We are all in the experience business. I am in the business to create an experience for my clients. You are in the business to create an experience for your clients and your customers. You are not in the business to sell a product. You are in the business to create an experience. And this experience needs to happen for both yourself, your customers and clients, and also for your team. And I believe if you truly want to grow your income, you need to grow a team. You need to become a better leader. And becoming a better leader in your business comes down to being a better communicator. In any relationship on this planet, business relationships, personal relationships, if you really want to peel back how successful businesses run, it's about the level of communication. So how do we become a better communicator, either in our personal or professional life? It's all about understanding that, especially in our businesses, that we are there to share and serve others. We are there to create experiences for others by sharing and serving, sharing with others your life and what your business has done for your life, sharing with others what your product has done to enhance your life, sharing with others that you are the expert at that one thing, and how does that one thing solve a problem for them in their life? Sharing that information and then serving that other client or prospect or even your spouse or kids. Being a better communicator is fully understanding what someone else wants, focusing on getting results and transformation for other people first. And the only way you're able to do that is if you're fully confident and have high self-esteem. And when you filled yourself up first and you've taken care of yourself, then you're able to give and serve other people and focus on their results. You guys, that is how you build a great business. That is how we build income. Because if you are building income and just looking out for yourself and your own revenue and your own limited thinking, I'm telling you that your income will be limited. Limited thinking equals limited income. Serving others, think about the more people you serve, the more money comes into your pocket. And if you're a good human being that's really done their internal self-work and their financial work, you have money to support, like all your goal is to serve other people. Become a better communicator. Become a better sharer and server. Become a better leader, because that's how you're able to get real income results. And it doesn't matter what industry you are in. That's how you earn more money. And that is the second step to maximizing your money. And the third step then is, how do we get more out of our existing money? You know, for many people, more doesn't equal better. It's having the right amount of money. For people that are driven and achievers and want, like my strength, one of my top 5 strengths is a maximizer, and maximizer means excellence. I want excellence for myself, and I want excellence for everyone around me. Excellence means like you got to continue to grow. And for me, wanting more money, wanting more experiences, wanting to grow is just who I am. But what's really cool about in my life is that I know it's okay to want more, but I know that I have enough. That's powerful. I want everyone to have enough money to be able to do what they want in life, knowing that if they want to continue to have more, it's okay. So that's how we grow our income. But the other part of that is how to get more out of our income. I constantly want to figure out ways to get more out of my income because I want to have more experiences. So how do we get more out of our income? And there's a couple of really important steps. And you are going to hear me say this over and over and over again. Of course, I'm going to say this because I'm a wealth advisor, is that you need to pay yourself first. What does that mean? You need to pay your future self first, which means that before you give the IRS, before you pay one tax dollar, you need to pay your future self first. How do you do that? You save your money or invest. Saving your money is putting money away. Investing is actually having it work for you. But you need to be putting away a minimum of 10% of your gross income. Your gross income is before you pay a penny to the IRS. You need to be paying your future self first, a minimal of 10% of your gross income. Non-negotiable. In 24 years, I've had people put away 10, 15, up to 30%, and never have I had anyone come back to me and say, wow, I really miss that money. Wow, I can't afford to save. Out of sight, out of mind. Minimal 10%. You put it on automation, you start it and you forget it. It never reaches your bank account, your checking account, because it's going straight to your investment account. And what happens then is that when you save in the right areas, then that 10% actually only becomes maybe 7% because you got a tax break. So instead of paying the IRS X dollars, now you only have to pay them less than X because you paid yourself first. It's a non-negotiable for anyone. Here's the interesting thing is, yes, it makes more sense to start investing earlier because you put away less to get more because time is on your side. But it's never too late to start investing. I think a lot of us are reinventing ourselves at age 50. Like, I'm 53 and I feel like I'm just getting started with the second half of my life. And I have so much energy and so much knowledge and wisdom from experience that I want to share with others. Because if I can be on my deathbed knowing that I transformed people's financial life and their internal worth life, like, I'm going to be okay to cross over to heaven. That is my purpose on this planet. Even if you're in your 50s and you're starting over, it doesn't matter. You have so much time on your hands, especially if you're healthy and follow all the deep and narrow information that we have about our bodies and what's going on and how to improve the function of our bodies. And with technology, like with health and technology, my gosh, like 50s is just halftime. So pay yourself first. Secondly, how to get more out of your existing income is being able to minimize your taxes. And most entrepreneurs and business owners out there are missing on average anywhere from $300 to $1,000 plus a month on missed tax write-off opportunities. You guys, like, what could you do? $300 a month times 12 months is $3,600. $1,000 a month is $12,000. Like, oh my gosh, like, you're just giving the government, you're giving the IRS extra money that should be yours because you didn't take the time, you didn't leverage your time to get the knowledge to understand how to maximize your money and minimize your tax bill. You don't even need to understand all of the details with taxes. You just need to understand that you are missing out on the opportunities. And how can you work with a proactive CPA to help you get more out of your money? Here's how. Just a few of my favorite tax saving opportunities. Just a few. Retirement plan contributions. Earlier I said you have to save minimum 10% of your gross income for your future. Well, when you put them in a retirement plan, when you put that money in a retirement plan, you are going to save taxes. One of the biggest missed opportunities of small business owners is not having a retirement plan for themselves or a retirement plan for their staff. There are IRAs, SEP IRAs, simple IRAs, I-401ks, Roth IRAs. There are so many different retirement plans, defined contribution plan, pension plans, like deferred compensation, like it goes on and on and on. If you are not paying yourself first and putting that money into a tax deferred retirement plan, you are missing out. Health savings accounts. If you are a human, whether a business owner or not, and you have a high deductible medical plan of over $1,400 if you're single, over $2,800 as a married couple in today's numbers, that you qualify for a health savings account. A health savings account is not a use it or lose it account. A health savings account is where you put money in today, and you can put anywhere from approximately $4,000 if you're single, up to a family plan of almost like over $9,000 if you're over age 50. But what you can do is you can put money in to the health savings account and get an automatic tax deduction. Woo! And then if you pull that money out for medical, you can pull it out the next day and not have to pay taxes on that. So it's the only account out there that allows you to get a tax break on the front and not have to pay taxes on the back end. And then you can invest your money inside of this health savings account however you want to invest it. It's a really, really cool account. Also, there's been so much flexibility with what you can use health savings accounts for. You can use it for, typically you got to follow a couple of additional rules, but they're flexible now. Like sometimes you can use them, many times you can use them for gym memberships. You can use them for massages, acupuncture, mental health. If you're not doing some of those things, you need to be doing some of those things, and you can be doing those things at a discount because you're going to get a tax break on those. Woo! It's my favorite account, health savings account. Maximizing your normal tax write-offs. Most of us entrepreneurs, business owners, we can write off stuff. We can write off our home office. We can write off our cars. But what we forget is all the ancillary expenses that go along with home office and cars. Like you can write off your car, but can you write off, are you writing off your gas, your maintenance, your car washes, your tabs? With your house, are you writing off your utility bills that have to do with your office? Are you writing off, some of the maintenance of your house? That's, maybe your home office is 10% of your house. So you're writing off 10% of the maintenance of your house. Are you writing off 10% of your homeowners association fees? The list goes on and on. You guys, you miss so much opportunity just because we're not aware. And so I want you to be aware. I want you to get a proactive strategy with a tax provider, a CPA. If you need help, I can help you. I can refer you out. But that's, minimizing your biggest expense in life, your taxes, is key. Another opportunity for you is you heard of the Augusta rule? It's from the masters. What you can do is you can write off meetings or events that you host in your house up to 2 weeks per year. So let's say you're going to have an event. Let's say you're going to have either a mastermind in your house. You're going to invite your staff over. You're going to invite prospects over. Whatever it is. If it's a business expense, then what you can do is you can take what that would have cost you instead of hosting it in your house. Let's say you hosted it at the Marriott across the street, and the Marriott was going to charge you $5,000 to host it there. Well, you're like, I don't want to pay that. I'm going to host it in my house instead. Well, you host it in your house. You can send yourself a $5,000 or whatever the comparable amount is, $10,000, whatever it is, whatever it would have cost you at the hotel up the road, you can send yourself an invoice for that same expense, even though you didn't have that extra expense. But you do because you're in your house, right? It's a personal expense. So you're turning a personal expense into a business expense. And what you're doing is you're hosting an event where you are writing yourself an invoice for, in this example, $5,000. Well, so then you get to use that as an expense. Then you also get to, in this example, is not claim that extra $5,000 as income. So you get to write it off as an expense and deduct it off your income. So it's almost almost double dipping. How cool is that? Are you taking advantage of the Augusta rule? And even if you haven't, and you're like, I don't host stuff in my house, well, do it. Host some crap. I shouldn't say crap. Do it. Host some meetings in your house. Host some networking events in your house up to 2 weeks. Hire your children. You can hire your children, Make them legitimately do work in your business, but hire your children, pay them through your business. You're paying your kids anyway. They're expensive. They're your second biggest expense to taxes. Like, write off your kids. And my kids are in college right now. I make them sign an agreement with me. If they're willing to work with me for 3 years and continue to help me grow my business, I get to write off a portion of their education, college expense too. Okay, 2 more. Deduct advisory fees. Like, if you have a financial advisor and you don't know how you're paying your advisor, or and you think it's just a percentage, maybe there's some underlying fees in your investments too. All of those fees that you are paying to have your portfolio managed needs to be brought up to the top. And when I say needs to be brought up to the top, they need to be brought up to be transparent so you can see all of those fees and then be able to write them off as a business expense. Because personal and business, if you are an entrepreneur, small business owner, those expenses, there's so much overlap with your personal and professional life that when you're working with an advisor, you should be able to write off those fees, because you're talking a lot about your business and the investments you are making in your business and your investments to continue to grow your life. That should be a tax write-off for you. And then finally, don't get a tax refund. Like, so many of my clients, sometimes when I first meet them, they're like, woohoo, I got $5,000 back on taxes. It's not good. You're just giving the government interest-free loan to use your money throughout the year. And if you had that $5,000, that $10,000 in your pocket every single month, like, what does that equate to? $250? $350? Like, whatever the number is, doesn't matter. Like, that's money that you could be using to either invest in your future, invest in your business, or invest in yourself, or actually just going out and having a freaking good time. Okay, gonna wrap up here. Investing, having your money work for you and getting more money out of your income is, like we just talked about, is being able to invest in your future, being able to minimize your taxes so you can afford to invest in your future. But investing in your future is so important, because if you don't, here's what's likely to happen is that throughout your working career, because you're an income machine, you're making money, you're living life on your own terms. Like, you don't have to worry about money. And then what happens is, if you don't have enough money put aside in investments that'll actually replace your income when you decide to retire, your lifestyle when you retire is going to go, going to completely decrease. And I'm telling you, if you're used to living a certain way and then you're older in your 60s and 70s and you decide to retire and you don't have the same lifestyle because you haven't invested in your future, your income won't be there, and neither will be your lifestyle. And what's going to happen is you will probably get depressed. And when you're depressed, you don't necessarily make great decisions, and that impacts our health. I'm not saying that every single one of you is going to get depressed in retirement. What I'm saying is that your purpose, your lifestyle, there's so many things that happen when you stop working. And if the income isn't there, and all of a sudden you have to go from living how you were to living how now you have to live because there's no income to support you, because we all know Social Security is not going to support how you want to live, then that could be a vulnerable time for you where it can make you feel like it can make you feel a little depressed. It can make you feel like you don't have purpose and you can't do the things you want to do anymore. And it's a real challenge to go from lifestyle great to lifestyle of, oh my gosh, now what? Now I have to rely on my kids. Like, that can throw you off mentally. Not saying everyone can get depressed from that, but it can throw you off mentally and emotionally. So we have to invest in our future. We have to also invest in our surroundings of being with other people. Use other people to help you build your business. Be used by other people in a respectful way, of course, of how you can help them also build their business. Investing in a team, investing in relationships it'll give you the best return for your time when you invest in others. So invest in other people. And finally, don't forget to invest in yourself. Even Warren Buffett says the best investment you can make is in yourself. And the investment in yourself, that investment will never go away. Because as we've learned, is that our thinking tends to be negative. Our brains serve us up lies. And we have to constantly work on our thinking to change from a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset. And we do that when we continue to learn and grow and read and surround ourselves with other human beings. It's knowledge that takes away our anxiety. It's knowledge that helps us live a purpose-driven life. I believe you should work harder on yourself more than anything you work on. Working harder on yourself. When you leverage your time, like we talked about earlier, you are working to provide yourself with more opportunity for more income, more impact, or more fun. So I want to conclude with this, is that real results to maximize your money comes from challenging your thinking, leveling up your skills, and having the knowledge around money, the knowledge around investing, and the knowledge around taxes. But you can sit here and listen, or some of you might be watching me, but you can sit here and engage in this podcast, but none of this really matters if you're not willing to take action. And that's where people fail. Is not taking action, not having an accountability partner if your personality isn't the one to take action. You need then to rely on a team of people that you can trust that can help you take action and are going to hold you accountable to the life that you really deserve to live. Because you do deserve more. You guys, you deserve more. You deserve more time, you deserve more life, and you deserve more money. And don't let yourself down, because if you decide to not take action or hold yourself accountable, what you're doing is you're telling yourself that you don't deserve. And nobody deserves to live their life like that. Remember, maximizing your money stems from your income, and your income is never tied to external circumstances. Your income is never tied to somebody else's yes or no. Your income is tied to the choices you make inside. Go maximize your money and maximize the quality of your life.